Florida. We have a great show planned for you today. Just give us 1 second as we get set up here.
Last minute tweaks.
Last minute tweaks.
Oh, I think this one through.
Nice. We should be live here on YouTube. Yep. Good. Let us know if you guys can hear us. Hey, Jim's already in the house. From beautiful Central Florida, home of Sasa's already in the house. Thanks, Jim. Text collective to 813-696-6676 for a callback and join our coaching community.
No, it's okay.
Not yet on Facebook.
No, I was trying to record it to the stream platform.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna
we've got plenty. We've got plenty.
We'll go straight to
We'll make sure that we're recording here on Zoom.
We'll just do it straight through Facebook.
We are recording here. Yeah, we'll record on the computer. Great. We got the microgreens up here. You guys can see popping. Microgreens are popping. We've got a great show planned for you today. I'm just going to run through real quick some of the things that we have planned for today. And then we'll run through our show, our beautiful Saturday podcast show. We're going to start off the show with some giveaways. We want to announce last week's winners and our new giveaway for the week. We are also going to showcase a product feature for you as well. Want to make sure we have that on the table. We'll go ahead and grab it. It's just right here. We have an upcoming event. We want to talk about our past event as well. We just finished up Moringa Con, and we want to announce our next big event. We also have a member highlight. One of our members that have been with us for a few years has a success story, his testimonial. We have a video that we want to share with you. We also have some new member spotlights from all over the world. We have some new members that signed up this week. Today's show is all about container growing. Container growing, we want to talk about container growing. We're good?
It should. I think so. Let me see.
Awesome.
Yes, we're live.
Awesome. Hey, welcome. Facebook's in the house. Great. We're inside the Facebook group. All right. Nice. If you're in Facebook, go ahead and give us a shout. You can expand the video so we can see the comments. Are we able to see comments or anything on Facebook?
No comments.
Oh, good.
Right here.
Yeah.
No
go ahead and text in there and say, hey, what's up? And then say hi. We have some industry news updates from the Moringa industry this week. And we also have some farm updates, some big updates on the farm. And then we'll go through some top questions that we've had this week to help you get your season growing. And at the very end, we'll do a live Q&A session.
That's good.
I'm Kendrick Henry, your local USA Moringa farmer, joined by
Leonardo, your local aide.
Thanks, Dylan.
Into the collective. I've been with these guys for a little bit now, about 3 months, give or take.
Yeah.
And helping out as much as I can, just because I believe in the product.
Yeah, man.
But right now, talking about product, we're going to do a giveaway every Saturday on the podcast. We do a giveaway. Last week we didn't do the podcast because we had Moringa Con, but the week before on the 19th we did, and it was, if I'm not mistaken, extract. So we do have an extract winner.
We do have an extract winner.
And where? Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna pull it out here. I'll hold the hat for you. These are all of our winners. We're gonna pull the winner. These people are gonna get a 4-ounce moringa leaf extract. So they submitted their phone number here. I'm going to shake this up. Nice.
That's the first one.
Okay.
So what is this?
See who our winner is.
Drum roll, please. This is.
Hey, Jonathan. Jonathan wins the extract. All right, great. Jonathan, we'll save your number.
468.
Yep. Great. We'll save your name and number. That's one of our winners. Let's do one more. Awesome.
Susan.
All right, one of our members. All right, one of our lifetime members wins an extract. Okay, great.
Right on.
We've got our 2 winners. We can set that aside for now. Yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. If you want to win this week, what are we giving away this week?
Actually, we're
This
gonna be giving away some tea. Tea is key. Text T to 813-696-6676 to get some free tea.
A free
Remember,
tea box.
these are moringa and mint tea. Great. I just had one this morning.
Yeah, super fresh. And it comes already with the reusable bags. So there's reusable bags already in here. Text TEA to 813-696-6676 to win a free box of Moringa tea.
And something else. What's great about the reusable tea bags is that you always just get the loose leaf and refill it.
That's right. You can refill it. You can refill your tea bags if you get loose leaf as well. Beautiful. All right. Well, we want to feature a product. Let me go ahead and grab our product feature here. It's actually inside of our bio box. One of the best products that we offer is our moringa leaf extract. And this, we just filmed a video before going live, and we applied some of our moringa leaf extract to our field, actually our raised beds. And what I want to go ahead and do is pull up last night's video. I'm just going to show a clip of last night's video. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up and share that on the screen. Because we actually had a mycologist who had a microscope. So let me go ahead real quick. I'm going to find last night's video here. Just give us 1 second as we get set up here.
Let's talk about this.
I'm going to go to the studio. And last night's content, I filmed a live video. I was at a farmer's market last night, essentially. I was at a kava bar for a few hours. And I'm going to pull this video up real quick. And I'm going to show where I went over to our friend's Sebastian's booth here. Let me share screen on the Zoom. I'm going to share screen. Let's see here. Make sure, let me see here if I can pull it up. I might even go ahead and just pull it up on this screen in the back as well. Let me find it. Okay, I'll pull this up here. See if we can watch it here. I might be able to show up. Yep. And then let me go back to Zoom here, share screen. There it is. We watch it here. And I have it on mute just so I can play it. But this is Sebastian from the Mad Mycologist. And he's putting the moringa leaf extract in a petri dish, in a little glass. All right, this was last night. Julian hasn't even seen this yet.
No, but I've actually seen it before.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we've done this.
That's right. And we went ahead and, oh, look at that. Look. It's there. Now I'm going to zoom in on it. And you can see that that's the biostimulant under microscope, where you can see the actual microorganisms flowing in there. That's live, at least 100. That's at least 100x. And he's zooming in, and you can see.
That's why it's good for your plants. It's full of life.
That's right, organic matter. It's got the moringa in it. The special thing with it is that you can get NPK from fertilizer. Any fertilizer really has NPK. That's nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. But the difference is that the biostimulant has the living microorganisms. And that really helps to stimulate the soil. So he's zooming in on it. That was a good time. We had fun showing that last night. Look at that.
Well,
it's alive. It's alive.
You know what? Some people might ask, what's the purpose of these when it's bio, why does it make the biostimulant work so well?
The microorganisms.
Yeah.
That's it.
A lot of people don't understand how it works, so.
So inside of your soil, you have like worms
Yeah, natural ecosystem.
and other bugs that eat those microorganisms, and they excrete even more vitamins and minerals and living like worm excrement is a big part of it. Castings, worm castings is a big part of creating that live ecosystem in the soil. So if you have like dead soil, one of the ways to rejuvenate it is using this biostimulant. And it's got the natural NPK from moringa, but it also has the living microorganisms.
Okay. So would you suggest the biostimulants for people that decide to grow their plants in pots? You know, after like a year or so, when the soil starts depleting and losing all its nutrients,
Exactly.
you gotta pull it out and get new soil and, you know, condition it.
Well, like the soil that we just put your ginger in, it's kind of like dead. It's void.
But that was fairly new compared to like a 2-3 year old soil.
Well, that's what I mean is because it's so new, it's dead. It was just taken out from the, we just had it delivered. So there's like really nothing in it.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? And even if you have soil that's baked in a pot that's been sitting in there, that could also be dead as well. So just to rejuvenate your soil, spraying this or pouring this, you don't want to put this directly into the soil. We actually put half of this jar in like 2 gallons, 2-3 gallons. This is a concentrate.
Spirit.
And we're going to be doing a test, and you'll be able to see on our coaching channel. We have a new coaching YouTube channel, which is in the description below. Subscribe to our coaching channel. We're going to be uploading all of our coaching videos. So this is our new podcast channel. Everybody that's subscribed here, thanks a lot for sticking with us. And then go over to our new coaching channel, which is in the description, where you'll be able to find all of our daily farm updates, growing tips, and coaching videos. I'm going to post actually this afternoon applying this to the raised beds. So you'll be able to see that.
Okay. Moving on then.
Yeah, moving on.
All right, so we have another event, Moringa Fest. I'm actually looking forward to this. It's going to be in November. We haven't determined the date yet. What else are we going to be doing in Moringa Fest that's going to differ from Moringa Con?
Moringa Fest essentially is the culmination of everything that you've done this season, right? So Moringa Con we just had last weekend was a celebration for the spring equinox, right? We're coming into a whole new season. We're just coming out of winter. The sun is returning. That was Moringa Con, and everybody felt it. Everybody was here. We had like 20 members. It was nuts. You were here. It was huge.
It was great.
We were here for 3 days straight, pretty much going through everything and anything you ever want to know and learn about Moringa. We had it. And then we're going to take that knowledge that everybody has learned from Moringa Con, and we're going to apply it throughout the summer. And then we're going to celebrate all of our harvest. So we're going to talk about how much weight we did. Everybody's going to bring in their products that they made, and we're going to be able to have you feature your products. So you can set up a booth. You know, if you're a member, you can set up a booth out here, and we're going to have a festival where everybody can share their wins, what they're making. They can showcase their products. Essentially, the conference is getting started, but the festival is going to be showing what you've actually been able to accomplish by getting your moringa harvest in a package and ready to sell. Because we're going to have Moringa Fest early November to prepare everybody for Black Friday and going into the holiday season, right? Because early November, you got to start making. And then by the end of November is when holiday season starts. You want to be ready to sell. We made $10,000 on Black Friday that day. last
One
year.
day.
One day. So we want to prepare everybody for Moringa Fest to get motivated to have all of their products in a package ready to go. Because if you're a member, you have the ability to fulfill orders with us.
There you go.
And from now until then, I'm going to be finishing up the certification courses for members.
Mhm.
So that way you know exactly how to make the capsules, make the powder,
The tea.
make the tea, make the extracts. So that way you have your finished product. And then when we get so many orders, we're going to need your help to fulfill those orders. So that's what Moringa Fest is.
Yep.
That's going to be a huge celebration. Stay tuned for the exact dates. It's probably going to be the first or second weekend of November. And as we go in and prepare for essentially the what's the shortest day? I know we have equinox, solstice, winter solstice. Essentially November is Thanksgiving is kind of celebrating the winter solstice. So we're going to be celebrating going into winter for Moringa Fest. We've had a great summer harvest, and then we're going to be meeting up here in Plant City early November. So stay tuned.
Okay, so.
Is everything okay with that, Kim?
No, I think I'm having problems with, I
All right,
think it might be the computer.
No worries. If you're on Facebook, jump over to YouTube. We for sure have that rocking.
That's the second time I actually started it, but,
No worries.
anyway, it, resume. So Moringa Fest, it's, end of the season celebration of our harvest and our hard work, where we're gonna display our products and hopefully one or two recipes so you can try to.
Oh, yes.
Moringa.
Everybody should be able to bring their products and their food that they're making. We're going to be teaching everybody from now until then how to prepare Moringa. One of the great ideas that you were just having here, getting set up, is having everyone in the members area begin to post their recipes.
Oh, yes. Actually, we should make it a challenge.
A challenge.
We should make it a challenge. You know, everybody from the collective, you get your own Moringa recipes, dishes, snacks, desserts, baked goods, anything. And the reality is just, show it to us.
Yeah.
Or you have a recipe for your dogs, or I don't know, maybe you use it for something else, something different. Maybe you're making a beauty product out of it.
Yes.
Show us what you're doing. Give us a recipe so that way we can try it. Unless it's like proprietary and you have a patent and we understand, but we're
Yeah, sure.
sit here and we'll keep sharing knowledge and we'll keep sharing all the information that we get. So please do the same.
Yeah, because the benefit of sharing it in the members area is that way we can use it as a team.
Exactly.
So like, say you post it in the members area and say, hey, everybody, take this recipe and post it to your channel. Like if you're struggling creating content, when you go to the members area, you get ideas for content.
Exactly.
You can share images and then grab those recipes and put them in your blog, put them in your newsletter, and begin to share. That's essentially what we're doing in the members area, is sharing the information, the knowledge, the photos, so that way we have the ability to team up.
Exactly.
Yeah. How's everybody doing out there? Wise Words is back. Last night we were saying tea is key. Wise Words is back. Karina's here from Jamaica. Thanks. They had a great time hanging in. Jim's ready to hop in here for the coaching. We'll share the link with you as soon as we're ready for the coaching at the very end. You can come in. Just give us a few more minutes and we'll get through our itinerary here and then we'll do a live coaching call. Jim's ready and excited to get in on the coaching call.
Okay, knocked it down.
Nice.
Saying that it recorded. Let me see. It looks like quality doesn't look too good.
You could be coming back in and out.
It could be. Let's see what it is.
We'll figure it out.
What
It
happens.
looks like it's doing okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing the event that we have coming up, Julian. Let's go ahead and share our new member highlight. We have a new member highlight that we'd like to share. This is Ocala Moringa.
Ocala in the house.
Ocala Moringa in the house. Yeah, let's go ahead and share Ocala Moringa. Okay. I'll pull this up here and I'll share screen. Nice. Share screen. This is Jonathan Tripp. He's in Ocala, one of our members here, having a real successful time and enjoying growing moringa in his backyard. Jonathan's from Ocala. Living in the heart of Florida's horse country, Jonathan has immersed himself in the incredible world of moringa. And what started as a beginner's curiosity quickly blossomed into a passionate journey. Now, proudly, at an intermediate level, Jonathan is growing an impressive amount of moringa varieties. He's growing several varieties of moringa trees, and he might have almost 100 trees growing on his property in Ocala. You can see here, he's also got a pin on the map. You're more than welcome to reach out to Jonathan if you go to the Moringa map. At growmoringa.com, we have the Moringa map. And then you can reach out to Jonathan and possibly grab moringa directly from him if you're in the Ocala area. Swing by Ocala, give Jonathan a ring. He's on the Moringa map, and he would love to talk more about his passion with moringa. The name of his company is Grow With Us Moringa. Grow With Us Moringa is Jonathan's company.
Grow with us.
Yeah. This is a picture of one of Jonathan's trees in the backyard that he's been getting cuttings
Pretty big.
from.
Is it a 6 feet tall fence?
Oh yeah, this thing has got to be 15, 10 to 15 tall.
Just cut it in half.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It'll keep growing, and look at all the beans you can
He's
harvest.
done that many times actually over the winter time. He says it's been frozen back to the ground many times, but this comes back
He just let it.
every summer. This is kind of like a summer image.
Oh, so he just lets it grow throughout the summer.
Yeah.
Even touching it.
And he replants every year. So he's replanting his trees, or some of his cuttings and trees every year from his
Yeah.
mama tree.
Well, Moringa is extremely resilient, but there's still a possibility that some of them
Yeah.
might not make it. So
Yeah.
that's why you always want to keep planting and sprouting seeds, because you're gonna keep eating those greens. You're gonna keep drying them and selling them. So might as well just keep growing them.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, just start over every year. If you're in an area that frosts or gets cold, just keep going. Just if you lose a bunch, just restart.
Yep.
Like we're regrowing and resprouting, and I've got dead trees outside that I'm going to be replacing with trees that I'm sprouting right now.
Now that you said that, the issue with the greenhouse.
Yeah, we could have buried our seeds too deep. Also, I went to Miami during the first 2 days of them germinating, and they might have gotten too dry. But you know what? We're not going to cry over spilled milk. What we're going to do after this is we're just going to replant 3,000 seeds. We just need to get that greenhouse popping and going. But at least now we know that soil, because when we dug in there, there's worms.
Yeah, the soil is good.
Tons of
It's
worms.
very healthy. But there was many issues. Remember, you forgot to soak the seeds.
I didn't soak the seeds on that greenhouse. I rushed it.
And then we buried them slightly too deep.
Probably buried them a little bit too deep.
But once that actually came out, were the ones already established from the previous year.
A lot of the ones that popped up were ones that were buried super, super deep. And those just came back from last year. After we pulled out probably 20 or 30 or so, they had tubers on them. But it's okay. We're just going to keep going. We just got to, we waited 2 or 3 weeks. We waited for them to sprout. We noticed that we didn't have much success. Same thing with the pots, but we're going to redo it. We're going to redo it. It could have been too soon. We might not have had a good germination. It might have been too hot.
But the pots are full of moringa.
Some of them, I could see that they could be a lot better. I'm actually going to redo those as well.
Okay.
It could have been too hot, because that's one of the reasons why I went ahead and got some more irrigation equipment today, was because I want to go ahead and make sure that during the hot, dry time right now, that they stay wet throughout the day.
Yeah.
Because when I was gone for those 2-3 days in Miami during that germination process, could have just been gotten too hot and dry.
That's it.
It's key to keep them moist for those. Once you put them in the soil and you get them down in, you got to make sure that they're wet. Because if you do the wet, dry, that's too much stress. They're not going to germinate. They're going to get fried out.
Makes perfect sense.
And if they're really close to the surface, then you've got to make sure that it stays wet.
Yeah, it's going to dry out even faster.
Yeah, that's why we do it on a mound. We don't bury them too deep, but we keep it wet so that way they germinate. Once they germinate and they sprout, then we kind of lighten up on the watering, and then they'll push tubers. They'll push tubers down and they'll form the tubers. Jonathan's greenhouse. So he's got a nice variety of things. He's excited to get his business really going. He's got a nice little greenhouse in Ocala. He's got lots of different varieties.
Well, Jonathan, you should post pictures of your greenhouse because I would love to see more of this.
Yeah,
It's really nice, well organized, and very clean. And I think that's a little nice technique. Many of us can learn from you. So I would, at least I would greatly appreciate that. I don't know if any, and oh my God,
if anybody else,
would.
yeah, I think most certainly they would,
Yeah, definitely.
no doubt. And so this is a testament of what's possible.
That's nice.
He's also started more raised beds, metal,
See,
stainless steel.
so he's gonna do the sprouts, the
Yes,
seeds on the bed, and then obviously you see the ring in the middle.
right. So he's got his orchard tree that's going to get big, and then he's got his intensive bed that he's starting on the side. So he can plant maybe 100, 200 seeds in that. So he can constantly go from raised bed, maybe into pots. Maybe he's got people coming in to pick up trees. Maybe he's selling them individually like we are. We're sharing with him and teaching him how to do all this stuff to make extra cash. So,
And you can tell that he's only like what, 4 feet from the back fence.
yeah,
So he's not really taking that much space from his house to do this from his backyard.
a couple hundred trees and probably maybe 20 square feet, maybe 10 square feet, not even. Yeah, very small space. This is a testament of what's possible when you're just growing right there in your own backyard.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you're looking to expand your grow operation, check Jonathan. He's in the members area. He's got lots of advice for you. And if you want to support Jonathan, you can actually go to our website and use code JTRIP10. That's JTRIPP10. You can check out at growmoringa.com. We have our shop that takes you to growmoringa.shop. But if you want to get 10% off of your product today and you're not an affiliate yet, and you want to support Jonathan's efforts, the conversions are going to go directly to his wallet, his bank account. So support Jonathan, use JTRIPP10 for 10% off your Moringa when you shop with us. And he's probably going to use that money for more seeds and of course,
Expanding his
if
operation.
you want to learn more, come into the members area and hang out with us. That way you can attend our events, get ready for a Moringa Fest, watch all of the MoringaCon videos. Right now, they're all in there. I uploaded all the recordings. So all the recordings that we did are already in the members area. I think that's it.
Yep. Cool. Well, moving on then.
Yeah.
Well, we got a new member spotlight, so I'm gonna shout out to a couple.
Oh, yeah. Let's shout out our new member that just came in.
So, yeah, shout out to Jason from Sacramento, California.
Jason from Sacramento. Thanks, Jason.
We also got, I'm sorry I butchered your name, I'm having a hard time pronouncing it, Petya from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, Petya from Las Vegas. Thank you very much for coming in the members area.
Nice and hot over there, great place to grow moringa.
Yes.
We also got Jose from Puerto Rico.
Jose from Puerto Rico. Welcome. Welcome. PR in the house. We got lots of PR in the house.
And finally, Chuck from Tarpon Springs.
Hey,
Hey, Chuck.
Chuck was actually here for MoringaCon, and thanks a lot, Chuck, for coming in. Tarpon Springs in the house.
Yes. Yeah, fun. So he can be a testament of what we did here and everything that we learned. Feel free to chat to him also in the members.
Yeah,
area.
we're going to get him on the Moringa map so that way he can start getting some sales and visitors as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So those are new people from this week. What?
Yeah, that was just from this week.
Okay.
New members from this week.
Yeah. So
yeah,
welcome to the collective. Nice to have you.
Thanks, new members. Let's see if we got any chats.
So what we got?
Jamaica planted 60 seeds this morning.
Nice.
Wise words from Jamaica, planted 60 seeds. That's great. So today's main topic, you can see here that we have, is our microgreens kit. And if you ordered a microgreens kit, thanks a lot for your patience. We're just waiting for the trays to come in. They're just a little bit on back order because they're coming from China.
Tariffs.
So tariffs, everything is kind of held up. But as soon as we get those pots in, we're going to send them right out. You can order your microgreens kit ahead of time, and we'll ship it out as soon as we get these pots in. It shouldn't be too much longer. It's already been on hold. I ordered them like over 2 months ago. So they should be here very, very soon, and we're going to start sending these microgreens kits out. But you can see I planted 100 seeds in this tray here. And one of the things that we're going to do here, go ahead, Julian, and show them where to clip above the first leaf. So if you have the first leaf that popped out, go ahead and flip right above it. A little bit more room, give it a little bit more room. Yeah, a little bit more room from that. So he's gonna give it a little bit more room. Go ahead and do another one. Essentially, we're just popping tops. Give it a little bit more space. So that way that chamber can seal. You don't wanna go, yeah, exactly. You don't wanna go too close to the leaf. That's perfect.
Okay, I understand why. So
Yes.
Moringa stores water in the trunk, or in this case, in the stems. And so when you cut them, it'll start drying from the very tip.
That's right.
And you see how it's like, it kind of like seals. So I understand what you're saying. So yeah.
Because we did that on bigger trees. We did that when we went out there.
But with the bigger trees, we're doing actually this. So the very tip, tip.
Yeah, we were popping top. It's very similar to this. Essentially, you just do it like that. But notice how I'm giving it a little bit of space. That way that can die. That seals, that chamber seals. But what's going to happen with these stems are going to strengthen now. They're going to start wooding up. These stems are going to start forming wood on them. And they're going to split out all new stems. So this is kind of like the key here, that each one of these, we're just essentially going to be popping tops off of all of these. If you're growing in a container and they start stretching like this,
use your fingers.
Just use your fingers and just start popping tops. And then what you can do is just start eating it.
Yeah, that too.
This is the best part. It's soft. You can use scissors or your fingers. And we're just popping tops.
And then you can actually take these little fresh microgreens, you can start drying them out, start making powder, or
selling them. I like to sell them green in a little plastic jar.
Actually,
I sell them for $5 at the farmer's market.
They're full of flavor.
So this is a great way to grow moringa in a container and be able to access fresh greens every day. So you start doing this, you can get a couple of bites. These are all going to start strengthening the stems up, right?
Also,
just by popping tops, shortening them up a little bit. That's going to put the energy back down into the roots. This is going to help these root systems get bigger. This is going to help form stronger roots. And I'll even pull this up here so that way you can see here. And this is going to help shorten it up a little bit. And watch, by next week, these will be stronger, thicker.
And some of them might actually start turning brown.
And then next week, we'll put this in a bigger container. So one of the things that I'll do is I'll flip this over and it'll all be kind of like really self-contained because the roots will get a little bit bigger in here. And then I'll put this in like a 7-gallon, this whole thing in a 7-gallon together, just like this. And then that gives it more space to spread out. And then they'll get super solid. Yeah, pretty much got most of them, yeah. Just gonna get a little bit more and show everybody how much greens we're actually getting. We're gonna get a nice handful. I'll actually grab the plastic so you can see exactly how to prepare. Yeah. Yeah, and even if you pop it like below the first stem,
it won't die just like that.
Yeah, oops.
They store a lot of.
Oh, can you scissor? Oh, I actually pulled this one out accidentally. Okay, show them the root on that one. No worries.
So yeah, so what you were saying is that if you cut it down here by your chest,
exactly,
it'll still regrow.
It'll regrow more so from
the bottom.
From the base. Let me go ahead and grab a plastic.
We'll try to put this back in here, Steven.
Yeah.
It will chalk. So something that is very important when you're transplanting them and you cut them, they're gonna chalk. They're gonna start losing their leaves. So that's why when you transplant them, you want to remove all the leaves. Because if you leave the leaves when you transplant it, then it's just going to lose focus. It just starts drooping and falling down, and the leaves will get yellow, and the trees is going to look sad and droopy again. It's going to take a really long time for it to get back to normal. But if you cut those leaves, you'll see that in about 5 days or they go on little microgreens, and then in about a week, it's nice and strong and big.
Okay, so if we just put those in there.
Yes, we got plenty of it.
Yeah. So just one tray, with 100 in it, could end up being a $5 presentation on your table. So if you get 10 of these going, this could be an extra $20, $25 just on the table. When you add that up with all of your products, then you've got a couple $100. Like last night, we made $400
There you go.
just from our products on the table, and that was about 4 or 5 hours at the market last night. So that's a great Saturday. I was able to get supplies. We're able to print shipping tickets, and keep the business running just from one market a month that I go there. It's a steady consistency. They know that I'm coming. I'm there. It's called the First Fridays at the Cava Kratom Bar. It's called Botanical Brewing. You can see the live video that we did last night here on the channel. But that's a great way for presentation.
Yeah.
Fresh green.
Right.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So actually, was it 2 nights ago? I made like a garden style chicken,
Really?
and I added moringa at the end. I love the way it tasted. But a lot of people ask, "What's the garden style chicken?" Well, basically, it's just a type of chicken stew, which is very basic chicken stew, very basic ingredients, and then at the very end, like after everything's cooked, turn off the heat, and then you have the moringa because
Yeah.
you don't want to overcook them.
Right.
See, but
And at the very end.
but if you are gonna cook them from the beginning to end, don't get rid of that stock. Don't get rid of the water, just because all the nutrients are gonna be there. If you overcook it, the moringa itself is it's gonna be practically useless if you think about it. But when you're cooking it, if you're keeping all the liquids, then it's fine. So that's why the moringa soup is so good. You're keeping all the nutrients in there.
Yeah. And you were here when Catherine was making those dishes.
Mhm.
Friday we had lunch, Saturday we had lunch, Sunday we had lunch, and each dish she made something with moringa in it.
And then, so it was, a few dips and whatnot, and then she made, just to go with the dips, she went a little bit further. She just brought it up next notch. She made these cassava and moringa chips.
Yes. Yeah, she actually took like gluten-free tortilla and then chopped them and put them in the air fryer. But then she took it another step where she actually made
the yoga and
she actually boiled the cassava.
Mhm.
She made it into a paste. She added moringa powder, baked it, chopped it, and then put it back in, and it came out as a fresh, homemade, crispy chips that we were able to dip. And she made 2 different types of dips. She made like a sweet potato
It was like a sweet
with
potato.
spice.
Yeah, it was sort of like a chutney with fresh moringa leaves and dried cranberries. Beautiful.
Yeah, and then the other one was more of kind of like a light, like white sauce.
It resembled more of a spinach artichoke dip.
Yeah, kind of like a spinach artichoke chick, but instead of spinach, it was just moringa,
It was
fresh greens.
moringa, olives, and mushrooms.
Yeah.
So for those who love mushrooms, moringa mushrooms, they go great together for some reason.
Yeah.
And I guess you put like cheese in there too?
Oh yeah, I think she melted some cheese in there.
Yeah, because it was white, so but I wasn't paying attention to that. It was just a flavor. The day before, she made like a hummus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were all like, we had like 20 people here, and then we were all eating it up.
And that's why we just gotta reiterate. We have to create dishes.
Yeah, the dishes and the recipes. We
Yeah.
have some recipes in our book, The Ultimate Guide. So grab a copy of our book, Grow Moringa, The Ultimate Guide. Here, we have some copies here if you want to come pick them up, but also you can order on our website, growmoringa.com. So container growing, we have some people asking about how many seeds to plant in a container. This is 100 seeds in a little tray. And you can do also 100 seeds in a 3-gallon. I wouldn't go anything less than a 3-gallon.
I know it doesn't look like much, but I just camera right quick. This little corner right here has about 12 trees.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. You have to plant a lot of seeds.
Yeah, plant a lot of seeds so that way you have a much greater success rate and you're getting your business going faster. You want to be able to get productive and profitable fast. That's going to be the key. And plant multiple trees in a pot. Some of them aren't going to make it, but that's going to act as fertilizer.
Yes. I know there's a whole bunch of plants, especially like the smaller the seeds, where you actually have to put like 3 or 4 seeds together to increase your chances of sprouting.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if moringa is like that. I don't really think so. But when it's growing like this, you see how it's all curvy. They need each other's support to stand up straight. So the best way to grow is like this, actually.
Good point.
So you put like a whole bunch of them, like maybe 100 in a pot. as they start growing, you see this nice little bush. As you start trimming them, cutting them back to make them healthy and strong. If you harvest the leaves, some of them is going to start dying.
Yeah.
And you're going to start weeding out the weeds from the strong.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you have 10 really good trees that you have to now transplant somewhere else. But you started with 100 seeds and you probably ate like 50 of them.
That's right. That's right. Great. Oh, Petya is here from Las Vegas. Hey, new member Petya is here. Welcome. Love to see you in the members area. Make some, share some pics and some photos and say what's up. Just coming in. I'm sure you're just learning the system, learning the program, and let us know if you have any questions in there. Beautiful. Thanks, Petya. You're going to do industry news. What's next on industry news? Let me make sure that's good.
So we were talking about industry news. So we were talking about the farmers market. Oh, the cottage rules, cottage food labeling. So the food cottage laws. What about that? There's more information on the book, and a lot of people need to know when you're practicing up the cottage rules, you need to state it in your labeling. It's a loophole.
Yeah.
But you need to state it in your labeling. If you don't put it in your labeling, you can be liable. And they might come after you and ask for the permits.
Yeah.
If you have the food safety what do you call it, inspection?
That's that's especially if you're like
if you're
like making food. That's
if you're big time. If you're big time, I know that when it comes to the college rules, it needs to be a stable shelf, like so
exactly.
Dry.
You don't want to mix a bunch of stuff. Just keep it simple. I think that the key here is this right here.
This is the easiest way, the simplest way, and you go straight. It goes straight into the cottage rules.
What is it? Wise words. Key is key.
Key is key. Yeah. And then it says right here, if I'm not mistaken.
Not FDA approved.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have much trouble putting your stuff on a table if you're just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
Have the confidence knowing that you could sell $10,000 a month with dried leaves in a package.
Yep.
That's the key. Is that everybody's like wanting to have 50 products on their table all at the first day. And if you just had a ton of one product,
actually,
it'll move.
You actually just mentioned a really, really good point. And I have to use the food industry as an example. When you go to a restaurant that has a massive menu, you're spending 30 minutes to an hour trying to decide what to eat. Mm-hmm. But when you go to a restaurant with a short menu like McDonald's or KFC, you're like, we get number one.
It's just number one.
Yeah. So, like you said, just the whole table of one product. That's it. This is your number one. Once everybody knows you're there, this is what you're selling. You got anything else? No, but we're working on this, and we're about to bring it next time I come around. So, you have the dry leaves. What's the next thing? Capsules. Or you're doing the bags. Well, guess what? Now we do the smaller ones.
Exactly.
And it's still the same thing, but now you got two products.
Exactly.
You get it? From one, you keep making the rest.
Exactly. Simplicity is key. That's what we were talking about a lot last night. Simplicity. Don't overcomplicate it. You can make $100,000 a year off of just tea, loose, dried greens in a package. And that's where you're kind of thinking, you've got to get to drying.
Exactly.
You've got to get to drying because now you're going to have some trees growing and you're like, okay, checking out the dry room. The key is to just start every day that you have this much and you have a dehydrator, but then you might get more than what your dehydrator can handle. So you're already thinking, okay, how do I start to dry? You can get one of those hanging dryers. Let me go ahead and just show that. We have that actually featured in the members area here. If I go to the search bar, like if I go into feed and I go into search and I type in dry rack, and I'll share my screen here. This is just inside the members area here. So there's a couple of dry racks here, but there's a hanging one here. Dry room. There's dry rack. Let me see if I say dry room. It should be, yeah, there's a couple of images here. There's one image that I want to show specifically. It's probably in the comments of these. I'll share my screen here in just a second. There's a rack. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to share this screen here. I'll pull this up to the top. Here we go. This is in the members area here. Let me go ahead and share screen in the Zoom.
That's information you can find from the book, but if you join the collective, it's information that'll be available to you 24/7 whenever you need it.
That's right. And we talk about all this stuff every day in the members area. So the key with drying is that you don't want to hang in a bundle. That's going to cause mold, bacteria to form.
It's gonna keep the humidity in between the leaves.
That's right. This could discolor, turn your leaves black because the stems and the branches dry at a slower rate, but the leaves will be dry.
Yep.
But then you'll have wet sticks and stems in that hanging method.
And maybe you think the stems are dry, you try to do the powder, and guess what? Now your powder is humid.
It's got mold. Yes.
That's why you want to remove the stems too when you're making the powder.
Right.
Just
We did that.
freshly.
Yeah, we
That's
did
why
that
I'm
on
doing
Moringa. Yeah. And so this is what we're saying is when you dry, make a rack. And you can put this rack up anywhere. You could put this rack up in your kitchen. You could put this rack up in a spare bedroom. You could put this rack up in a garage, in a shed. You just have to get racks.
Exactly.
And it's wood, untreated, not painted. It's wood
And you don't
frame,
want to put no chemicals in
no
it,
chemicals.
pure as possible.
Potentially you want to get stainless steel mesh to hold that together.
Can you do food grade plastic?
Food grade plastic works well.
What about
And this is the next thing that this already comes contained with
yeah, I
your
saw
purchase.
that.
This is hanging off the ceiling, any room. And this mesh here protects any dust or particles from getting into it. So anybody can get this rack system here.
I've seen that somewhere else, but not for like a dry rack. I've seen something similar.
And you can go to Publix and actually say, hey, you got any extra bread racks in the back that we can give, that you can give away? Sometimes we're throwing some of these away in the back regularly. Or go to a Restaurant Depot and buy these for like $50 a piece.
Just how much they cost?
Yeah. So then we're gonna take off the trays and just make your own frame.
Mhm.
Make your own frame system, just like we saw here.
Those
Make your
are
own frames.
2x2. I mean 1x1, right?
Oh, yeah, the wood, yeah. Yeah, or yeah, 1x1s or 2x2s. But yeah, just make your wooden frames to fit in here and do like every other one and then have a fan on it. Moringa love.
The leaves.
Those are the flowers.
I'm sorry, yeah, I said the leaves, flowers. But actually,
I took that.
the most delicious, it's beautiful pictures.
I
The
put
most
it on a white
delicious-
paper and then made it in the shape of a flower.
I think it's the most delicious part of the tree is the flower. So savory.
I took that picture probably 10 years ago now. That's beautiful. Yeah. So this is inside the members area, talking a little bit more about drawing. This is actually in the book. Good. I'm glad I was able to find that. What's next?
So we did the weekly Moringa Forum update, right?
We can do that now.
We did that.
Yes, go ahead and take it. Tell them a little bit about what's out there, about what you're seeing in the field.
Oh, well, right now everything's looking beautiful. Putting in,
You can see that.
he's putting in, new dirt, new mulch. He's doing, 50,000 seeds in the field. 7,000 in the pots back here, behind the house. 3,000 in the greenhouse. But those are the ones you did before, right?
Yeah, we're gonna redo that.
So exactly, we're doing those.
It
And
happens.
then,
I'm not crying over spilled milk.
no, but why? Why it's only 3,000? When he already got 50,000 over here, he got 10, oh, and I forgot to mention 10,000 on the barracks.
This is 1,000.
Yeah.
Let me show them what 50,000.
But let's be fair, Karen. Let's be fair.
I'm not gonna go get the tub.
Okay. He didn't properly driven it. He was soaking in overnight in the bicycle. He didn't put them in water.
Get 50,000 seeds from us. This is 50,000. This is 22 pounds. This is what I'm putting in a half acre. So what he's saying is 100,000 seeds on an acre.
Yep.
This is 22 pounds,
It's good workout.
right? And this is what you want to put in your field.
There you go.
And we have this for sale, wholesale. And make sure everything's good. Let me see if anybody comments here. Let me say what's up to everybody. Hey, Mills here. What's up, Mills? Watermelon is in the house.
Watermelon.
Wilson's here. Hey, Karina's here. Thanks. Fly with Guy is here. Welcome to the Grow Moringa podcast. Gandhi's here. Javier Gandhi's here. Welcome. Thanks everybody for coming in. We're having a great time.
Well,
We're almost there. We're almost to coaching. Jim's
You know what?
been hanging on with us.
okay. So let's move on. Then let's move on. I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. I know. So every week we do a top question of the week.
Mhm.
But today, instead of just doing one, we're just gonna do a few. And the number one, which is I said the number one question everybody keeps asking is, what is the secret to germinating?
Yes.
At least with moringa. And anything else, the secret to germinating. Everybody knows that you should soak at least 24 hours or overnight. But with the biostimulant, you actually accelerate the process and increase the percentage of your seed sprouting and germinating properly.
Yeah. We've had a lot of people texting us saying that some of their seeds, not a lot, we've had a few. I mean, we're sending out like 100 orders a week. So if I get 5 emails, that's not a bad percentage of people saying, hey, some of my seeds are not sprouting, or hey, some of my trees that you shipped are not resprouting. Okay. I asked them, did you use the biostimulant? The issue that I'm finding, which I'm going to make sure I fix, which we talked about in the meeting on Wednesday night, is that we want the messaging that goes inside to say, hey, make sure that you, as soon as you pull your tubers out of the package, that you soak it in the biostimulant overnight before planting it.
Okay.
Right? Making sure that I ask people and say, hey, have you even used the fertilizer that I gave you? No? Well, then make sure you're using the fertilizer, because that's why it comes in the package. So if you get a starter kit, it comes with fertilizer, it comes with the biostimulant.
You gotta keep in mind, the tree is chalk. It doesn't have any leaf. They pull it out of the ground. The little itty bitty roots that you don't see got ripped off, and now it's chipping somewhere else.
Yeah.
You need to condition it and get it ready to start regrowing. So putting it in this biostimulant actually allows it to soak and start absorbing. Yes, you want it dry, but by soaking it overnight in the biostimulant, you're putting it straight out of dry dirt, and you don't have to worry too much about it because you just pour some water, make sure the dirt is a little bit moist, and then you wait a week. And you'll see it. You'll see them sprout leaves because they will.
Much faster. And you're not putting this straight. You're adding water.
Exactly.
So you're putting a couple of drops of this in your water and then soaking those tubers overnight. Another thing is people are emailing me less than a week after they receive their package, and they're saying that their trees are dead. I assure you that your trees are not dead. You have a tuber on there. I send all trees with tubers just so the way it's not dead. It's just the stem needs to come back. The stem is going to come back to life. Yeah.
That's awesome.
You're gonna grab something?
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna be right back. He's walking around, straighten up. Okay. Thanks everybody for coming in. We're almost to coaching. Yeah. Nice. We just want to show you how resilient they are. This is a big cutting now.
It's not dead. This doesn't have any roots. They keep growing.
Yeah.
It stores water in the trunk.
Right. But when we ship trees, they have a small tuber.
Yes, the little tuber.
It's going to come back from the tuber. So when we ship starter kits, people are concerned that the trees are dead. Of course, if you're getting a cutting, you clearly know. Like the people that are ordering cuttings, you can keep it right here. Yeah, go ahead and just keep it right here. Yeah, don't worry. Just keep it right here. When people order the cuttings, they clearly know that it's got to restart. But what I'm saying specifically is that when somebody orders a starter kit, they get a tree with a stem, but that stem dies. So I want to make it really clear that your stem is potentially going to die.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now, yeah.
I'm sending it with a tuber, and I'm making sure that you have a tree with a tuber. I'm not sending these.
No.
Because these haven't formed tubers yet. I learned my lesson.
You're too weak.
5 years ago, when I started sending trees in mail, I was sending trees without tubers.
Wow.
Well, I had a lot of people complaining about them being dead, and yeah, they were.
Yeah.
But then I wised up, and I said, you know what? I have to wait 60, 90 days for the tree to form a tuber, a carrot.
Yeah,
we pulled those out.
Yeah.
So that way, when you get it, it's got a tuber, and that for sure is not dead. That's definitely going to come back, and that's what I'm just saying that.
I'm just thinking like I wish instead of grabbing that, I should just gone and grabbed the little one because you'll see it. It looks like a little turnip. It looks like a little turnip. Just a little carrot thingy small like that.
Yeah.
And it may have a little flimsy stem like this, but the tuber is nice and formed about the size of your thumb. it's gonna resprout.
Right.
It's gonna survive.
And it takes a little while. Give it a few weeks, and just let me know if after a few weeks you're still having trouble getting your trees to sprout. Let me know. I'll definitely make sure you guys are taken care of for sure. When you order your next starter kit, I'll make sure to double your order, essentially. And that's what we talked about on Wednesday, is a strategy to make sure that everybody that orders from us is successful. That's all we want. We want everybody to be successful. It's just we get a lot of orders. I can't necessarily jump you up in the line, but what I'm going to do is making sure that now the ones that are sprouting, I've got to get tubers on those. That's why we started to feed these today. And we're going to do a trial. You'll see. We're going to post on our coaching channel after we get done with the live. We're going to post the feeding video that we're putting on the coaching channel. So make sure to go over to our Grow Moringa coaching channel, subscribe to that channel. That's going to have all of our coaching, all of our on-site farming tips, harvesting, growing, sprouting, seeding. Everything that we're going to be doing that we normally did on this channel is going to now happen on our coaching channel. This channel is just going to be our podcast live channel. That way we're really focused. And then we also have a new clips channel. So if you want to get the tips quick, if you don't want to have to watch a full 1 hour episode, make sure to subscribe to the clips channel. We have a Grow Moringa clips channel. The description is now, the link to that is in the description below. So that way you can just get the quick viral moments of these live videos. It's a lot of information to consume all at once. But if you go to the clips channel, you'll be able to see those videos short, fast, and you'll be able to get those viral moments that we've talked that might just click something in your brain. It might only take 10 seconds for you to be like, oh, that's the piece that I needed to hear. That's going to be at the clips channel. So make sure you subscribe to both channels, coaching and clips.
Yep. Another question was, can you go from cutting? Obviously, I already showed you guys.
Oh.
It's that easy. So
right, that's pretty much what we wanted to show. So I'm glad that you brought it anyway.
And the other one was how to pop tops, but
we did
we
that.
already did that, and we explained the reason why we leave a little bit more.
That's right.
So I guess we're good.
We're good. Let's do coaching.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to share the link. If anybody wants to hop in on the Zoom, I'm going to share the link.
I think Jim wanted.
Jim's going to come in. All right, let me share the link here. That way we can have live coaching call. I'm going to put it right here in the YouTube. Let's see here. Nope, not that one. That's from the video last night. Let me make sure that goes back up. Let's see here. Nope, that's Ocala. I can probably just close those two down. Boom. Boom. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. All right, so live coaching. Come into the Zoom. And I'll check you out and we'll add you. I'm also going to add that to the members area real quick. Let's see here. I'll pull this back down. I'll go ahead and close. Actually, this is the members area right here. So we'll go into the members area and the feed. And then come in for live coaching on YouTube. Here is the Zoom link. I just put that as a comment also inside the members area. And let's see if anybody's in here is asking. Maybe Jim's still around. I'll see potentially we can invite you. It'll show me admit to the room. It'll say admit to the room. So we're just going to wait here a second. If anybody wants to come in and get live coaching, you're more than welcome to come in to the Zoom. You can have your sound on. You don't have to have your camera on if you don't want to. But hopefully we get maybe somebody in here in a second that wants to get some live coaching. If you're watching and you want to get some live coaching from us, if you have a question, we're more than happy to help answer any of your questions. Jim might still be here. anybody has come into the Zoom for live coaching. We'll just be here for another second. Hopefully everybody had a good time. We've had a great show so far this week. We're going to be doing this every Saturday. If you want to come in and also interview with us,
Yes.
we'd love to have you as a guest.
If you're in the area and want to come down on Saturday, share with us, tell us what you've been doing, how your business is going, and what you're actually selling or what you're producing from Moringa. Come on by.
Yeah, you can hang with us if you want to get in.
Daniel Gabby.
Hey, Gunny's in here. Let's
You kick him out.
hang out outside for a few more
I
minutes.
went outside to get an example, and he was
Just right in.
He snuck right in.
He likes hanging out in here with us sometimes. It's getting hot outside. He wants his cuddles. All right. Let's see here if we got anybody that wants to come in the Zoom. Not yet. No worries. Jim might have had something else to do.
Yeah.
But we're always here. Here at Grow Moringa Farms every Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I guess one of the things that I really need to share with us this week, so we can clip this out, is that we're looking for a store assistant.
For you?
Yeah, for here. Yeah, because, Catherine's in here and she's finally trained up. She has a very good hold on everything. It took me about a month to get her up and running where she's on her own. She's been helping us a great deal with the orders that go out every day, but we need someone that's dedicated to putting our products together and shipping them out in the mail because we're getting a lot of orders. So thanks to you guys for your support, but we are getting a lot of orders right now. And so we need help in store.
Okay.
So if you're near Plant City, Tampa, Zephyr Hills, Brandon, Riverview, Sonoma Sassa, Sefner, Mango, Valrico, Haines City, Lakeland. We're calling anybody that's looking for work. We pay really well. The hours are very convenient. Essentially, the hours would just be here in store, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're looking for a new shop assistant. We need someone to come in and assist us with making products, package, put things in boxes, put the loose tea in a package so we can ship it out in the mail. Put the label on things, put things nice and presentable, and help us with our orders. We have a lot of orders, so we need some assistance in our shop. So if you're interested in coming by for an interview, if you'd like to work with us hands-on, you're going to learn a lot. You don't need to be a member to come in and work with us. If anything, you'll be an honorary member. And essentially, I'll knight you member. We'll just make you a member right then and there. So come on in if you'd like to work with us. We're looking for a new shop assistant inside of our store here at the Grow Moringa Farm store. So we need help putting products on our shelf. You can see we went to the farmer's market last night and we had a whole table. Well, that was Catherine. She did all that. She made all that over the course of a month, and that was a lot of hands-on work. And we could use your help if you're interested, you're in the area, you're local, please come on into the store. Hours would be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. So if you're available, we pay really good. We're going to do 2 weeks of training. We'll do 2 weeks of beginner pay. And then after you do your first 30 days, we'll bump you up to full-time pay. And we'll reveal what that is when you come for the interview and you see what it's like, and we could potentially get you started. So this week, we're looking for new shop assistants. So please come on in and work with us hands-on, in person. We're looking for someone to come work with us in the shop. So that way, if Catherine has to do something else, or if I have to be out in the field, or if we're filming, we still have someone constantly helping to make products.
Yes. When Cameron's occupied doing this, taking care of a customer, Cameron's doing something else, and guess what? That's what that extra person comes in for.
Yeah. There might be somebody coming in the store. I'll probably handle that person. We'll go on a tour, but we still need products being made. Every day we're shipping 10, 20, 30 packages out the door.
It was always be drying, but now it's always be producing.
Yeah.
You gotta dry it back.
Always be producing, always be drying, always be planting seeds.
ABD.
So
Always
thanks.
be
Thanks for your consideration, and would love to see you come in person. Give me a call if you need any extra information. 813-696-6676. And you can text me there. I have access to the text, and I can see if you have any questions. Don't hesitate to text. This week is T. If you want to win, text TEA. So you can win. We want to see those text messages coming in. Text T to win a free tea box. Okay, and next week we'll live and we'll announce our winners for tea. And I guess one more announcement before we go. We're still raising capital for our farm here. So we have about $35,000 remaining for our farm fund. We've already raised $65,000 for our 100K farm fund. So if you want to participate, it's a 10% APY for 5 years. Essentially, the contract is for 5 years. You earn 10% annual interest on your capital. We've gotten a check for 50K. We got a check for 10K. We got a check for 5K. So now we're down to 35K remaining on our 100K farm fund. We have more information. If you want to know exactly how we're spending the money, where the money's being allocated, we have all of that information. I can email it to you. We also have it in the members area already. So come into the members area if you want to learn more about how and what we're doing to raise capital. It's going to be put here on the farm. It's going towards work in the field. It's going towards work out here in the greenhouse. It's going towards supplies. We need to
betterments, renovations, anything that needs to get fixed, anything that like for example, you were just buying a new irrigation system, right?
Yeah, exactly. That is coming out of the 100K farm fund. That's coming out of the check that we just got last week. So far this year we raised 65K. We've got 35,000 remaining on the 100K farm fund. This is a special fund that we're using here on site. We used part of those funds to close on this property earlier in the year. And so now we are full steam ahead. We want to make about $50,000 a month off this property. We were telling you that we're at about 10K right now, just off of the property. Then we make another 10K or so just off of digital products, memberships, books, merchandise, and things like that. So we're getting upwards of 20K a month that our company is making, and we talk more about that in the revenue and expense report that we share in the members area. So we're doing business. We're talking business. If you're in a business, you want to do Moringa business,
or you want to invest Moringa.
That's right.
Go Moringa.
Thanks a lot, everybody, for coming in. This is going to help us a great deal. If you've got $1,000, $5,000, or even $35,000, we would love to see that. Give us a call. Just text me, 813-696-6676. Other than that, I think we had a great show. Thanks, Billy.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching.
All right.
Subscribe.
Subscribe down below. Thanks a lot.
On YouTube.
Peace and love.